G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome to the final installment of my fantasy Japanese castle base tutorial. In the first 3 videos we built this entire castle, and today we're doing the furniture. And we've got lots and lots to get through today, but we're going to finish the entire thing in one video. And the good thing about this is, even if you haven't built this particular castle and you're just looking for interior design ideas, you will find many of those right here. So I think that is probably enough talking. Let's jump straight into it. And I think we'll begin by making these 2 banners, and you're only going to need 1 copy of each of these. So to make this banner, you start off with a black banner, you add some white bricks to it, and then the steps are up above. You put a white border and you get that. Then a white line down the middle, you end up with that, then a white square, then a white cross, and you're all done. So you can pause the video and copy that. And then for this banner, it's a red banner, yellow stripes, and then the steps are up above, red bricks, this weird yellow border, and then a red border. So go ahead, pause the video, and make one of these. Okay, so you can come inside, and we're going to head up to the first floor. In this gap here, we'll put a flower pot and a birch sapling, and then you can come up here, and in front of these 2 dark oak pillars, we're going to put podzol and surround these with jungle trapdoors. Then you can grab a little azalea bush, we'll plant one of them on each, and then a moss block on top. Now turn around, face the entrance with some beehives. We're going to place one each side. We'll put a lantern there, and on this side a flower pot with a blue orchid. And then just next to this pillar we'll do a flower pot with a dead bush and 2 flowering azalea leaves. And over here we'll do the exact same thing. Then grab a dark oak trapdoor, we'll place one right there. And one from this side, dark oak fence gate in the middle with red carpet on top. Then over here we'll make a double chest. Then in the corner we'll do another flower pot, dead bush, but this time we'll do 2 oak leaves. And right next to it we'll do scaffolding with a lantern. We'll do a dark oak trapdoor, then 1, 2, 3 dark oak fence gates, another trapdoor, and then 3 red carpet. Now count out from this scaffolding. We're going to go 1, 2, on the 3rd block place a temporary block, and we'll do an upside down dark oak stair against it, and then 1, 2, 3 dark oak slabs. Then just place another temporary block so you can do another upside down stair. Then we'll put slabs all the way along here. On the ends we'll do more upside down stairs, and then we'll put 3 slabs in there. So we've made a nice little table, and then we're going to knock out that block, put in a sea lantern. On this side it's going to be 2 blocks. On the end just a single, and on this side those 2 blocks. Then you're going to cover each of these sea lanterns with a spruce trapdoor, and then just behind that we're going to put an oak trapdoor and flick it up. So we've just made a bunch of little chairs. Now in front of each chair we're going to do a plate, and that will be an iron pressure plate. And then grab some sea pickles. We'll go 2 pickles, then a flower pot with a pink tulip and 3 turtle eggs. Okay, now turn to the left and we're looking at this little alcove here, and you've got 2 choices. You can put grass blocks in there with jungle trapdoors in front and then plant bamboo on top, or you can do what I'm going to do and knock out those blocks. I'm going to put my grass down there, plant the bamboo, and you can either just let them grow or bone meal them. And then in front I'm going to place my trapdoors. And then on the left here, put a scaffolding with a lantern. Okay, now you can look behind you at this window here. We'll put a scaffolding in the corner, flower pot and a blue orchid. Then grab some looms, and just in front of the window, putting your back to the window, we'll place our 3 looms right there. Hold shift, put spruce buttons on the front and grey carpet on top. Now turn to the left, we'll go into this room, and right next to the door over here, we're going to grab stripped dark oak wood. This is one with bark on every side. Just place in 2 in the corner, a pressure plate and a cake. So this room is going to be our kitchen. So over here in the alcove, we'll put a smoker, then a blast furnace and a cauldron. And in the other 3 spots, we'll put dark oak planks. You can hang a white banner right there. It looks like a tea towel. Then an end rod on this side with 3 sea pickles on top. And then across the top here, we'll put some oak trapdoors to look like smoke vents. Now this is optional, but what I'm going to do here is knock out all these snow blocks behind here, and we're going to replace them. So we're going to make this wall look like the smoke from cooking has stained it. So right in the corner, we'll do a white concrete powder, and then calcite all the way along. Above the blast furnace, we'll do another white concrete powder, and then run our calcite, and then I'll put 1 powder right there, and another there, and calcite all the way along. And then finally, we'll put a tripwire hook above our cauldron. And just to the right of our cooking area, we're going to put 2 beehives, then put you back to the wall and do a 3rd beehive. We'll put a flower pot there with a fern. In the middle, we'll do an item frame with some cocoa beans, and then a dead horn coral fan over that. Then we'll do 3 red candles and light them up. And just above this, we'll put a spruce fence right there and hang a bell from it. In front of the window, we'll do a lectern with a book and quill. And then in front of the snow, we'll do a barrel with a brewing stand on top. Now count out from this lectern. We'll go 1, 2. On the 3rd block, we're going to place a dark oak trapdoor and flick it up. And just to the left of that, we'll do another one. Come to this side, hold shift, put 2 upside down dark oak stairs. Then 2 dark oak slabs, and then we're going to put 2 trapdoors on the end here. So you can come to this side, hold shift, and place in 2 upside down stairs. And to decorate the table, we'll do an item frame with a cooked salmon and 2 turtle eggs. Now turn to this corner over here. We're going to knock out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks and 4 blocks there. Grab stripped dark oak logs, and we'll put 3 coming out from each side with dark oak planks on the end, and then we're just going to turn this into a square. Put your dark oak planks in the corner and then your stripped dark oak logs like so. Then you can knock out these blocks in the middle. In the corners, we're going to place polished andesite stairs, and then in between those, stone stairs, and they should all connect in a nice little circle. Now I want you to look up, and we're going to knock out the 9 blocks right in the corner. And in the corners of this, we're going to place our chiseled black stone. And then everywhere where you can see stone, just knock out that stone. Then grab your dark oak planks and fill it in like that. So it should be all nice and dark in there. Then grab oak trapdoors, place them in between, and hold shift. And on top of those trapdoors, well, underneath those trapdoors, place more trapdoors. And underneath each of our blackstone, we're going to hang a chain. And underneath our chains, we're going to hang some spruce fences. And then I want you to connect the fences with spruce fence gates. Then you can hold shift, and against one of the fence gates, place another spruce fence. And we're going to hang 2 chains from that with a cauldron underneath, and you can put a campfire there. We'll do a grindstone in that corner and a chest right there. Now turn to this wall, and we're going to place 2 temporary blocks and find a painting that you like. And that's the painting that I'm using. So now I want you to turn to this corner. We'll put 2 spruce planks with item frames in front, and then 2 oak trapdoors in the item frames, and you can turn them to make handles. And then just aiming at the planks here, we're going to put 2 spruce signs in front, and we'll put a lantern there. On this wall, we're going to put 2 spruce trapdoors, and then up the top here, 2 barrels, and then just hold shift, come to the side, and we're going to jump up and place 4 spruce trapdoors, and you can flick them all up. Then you can turn to the left here, we'll do 2 scaffolding, and on top of this one I'm sort of going to look in this direction, jump up and place a wither skeleton skull, so that looks like a black Japanese teapot. And that's our kitchen all done, so you can come back to our front door and look over at that cyan carpet. And on this side of the carpet, just leaving a 1 block gap, we're going to place 3 beehives. And then you can surround this on every single side with oak trapdoors and just flick them up. In the middle, we'll put an item frame with a rose bush and then a dead horn coral fan. We'll put an end rod right here with 1, 2, 3, 4 turtle eggs. Now we're going to place some paintings. So on this wall here next to our door, you can knock out that block, place in a sea lantern, and then you can just put a temporary block right there. And we're going to put in that painting. And just on the left here, you can put in 2 temporary blocks and find the painting that you want. And that's the painting that I'm using. But what you can also do while you've got your paintings in hand, because we put a sea lantern in that wall, you can come to this side and cover up the sea lantern with another painting just like that. So now come back to this room, and in this corner we'll do a podzol with a jungle trapdoor each side, and you can plant some bamboo and just let that grow. Diagonally from that we'll do a scaffolding with a flower pot and a red tulip. Then look over to this corner and we're going to do a matching podzol with our trapdoors and bamboo. Then grab a crafting table, we'll place it there. Then underneath this window we'll do a chest with a scaffolding beside it and a lantern. Okay, now we're going to surround this carpet with armchairs. So just leaving a 1 block gap on each side, we're going to put 2 temporary blocks there, 2 temporary blocks there, and 3 on there. And then what we're going to do is put some armrests and backrests around them. So just on every side that isn't facing the carpet, we're going to use jungle trapdoors, just placing it against the top of the block and flicking it down. And then you can remove all your temporary blocks. And where they were, we're going to place waxed cut copper slabs. So now we've got 3 nice little armchairs. And then to finish this room, just look up at this corner. We'll place a fence there, a spruce fence, and hang a lantern. Okay, now we can head in through this doorway and turn to the left. In this corner, we're going to place podzol with a jungle trapdoor each side. We'll plant an azalea with a moss block on top. And because it's the exact height as that window, I'm just going to place some moss carpet on top of that. And that little height difference just makes all the difference. Now we can turn to the wall where our painting is. We're going to place an oak trapdoor right there, flick it up, 2 right there, and 1 on the end, and you can put cyan carpet on top. Then turn to your left, and just where this last trapdoor is, in front of that, we're going to place an oak fence gate. On each side, we'll do an oak trapdoor, and then we'll put cyan carpet on top. Now I want you to knock out that block, place in a sea lantern, and we're just going to cover that with a painting. And that's the painting I chose to use. So now come over to this corner and look at your little chair there. Holding shift, we're going to place 2 spruce trapdoors. And then from this side, we'll do the same thing. Then with spruce slabs, we'll place 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. We'll put a flower pot on top there with a piece of bamboo. Now up here, we're going to place a spruce fence, and you can hang a lantern. And then we'll do an upside down dark oak stair, another one, and then turning the corner, 1 right there with a dark oak trapdoor on the end and a bell right there. Well, we might sit the bell on the stair. That looks a bit better. And just in front of this bell, we're going to place 3 cyan candles, then a flower pot with a pink tulip. Then you can look up at this corner up here and we'll do a spruce fence, hang a lantern. Directly below that, we'll do a flower pot with a dead bush and 2 flowering azalea leaves and a double chest right there. Okay, so our little feature wall here looks a little weird from this side, so we're going to cover that up right now. So next to this plant here, we'll do a spruce plank with an upside down spruce stair against it, and we'll do the same in that corner, and then we'll put 2 stairs from this direction, with a lectern right there and a book and quill. Then above our plank, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 barrels, and the same from this side, and we'll put 2 bookshelves on each side as well, with 2 spruce trapdoors against our bookshelves. Now you'll need to hold shift, and against the barrel we'll do an upside down spruce stair on each side with a spruce trapdoor in the middle, and come up above, right in the middle we'll put 3 spruce planks with a spruce trapdoor in the middle of those, and right on the ends, and then in these spots 2 spruce slabs. Okay, now we're just going to make an office chair, so we'll do a dark oak slab in front of the lectern. From this direction we'll place a dark oak door, then each side of the slab we're going to place dark oak signs. So that's how your chair should look. Then turn to the left, we'll place a scaffolding right there with a flower pot and crimson roots. And in between these windows we're going to place 2 beehives. Then put your back to the wall and place a 3rd beehive. Each side of that we're going to knock out those blocks, place in sea lanterns with brown carpet on top. And in the middle we're going to place an item frame with a little white flower in there, then a dead horn coral fan, then grab this banner we made earlier and place it right there. We'll do a flower pot with an oxeye daisy, and then over here we'll do a loom with a lantern. And just next to our loom we're going to do a flower pot with a dead bush and 2 flowering azalea leaves. And we'll do the same in this corner over here. So flower pot, dead bush, and our azalea leaves. Now I want you to place 2 temporary blocks there and 2 right there. So just against our bone blocks. And we'll put a chain in between them. And above them we're going to place 2 stripped dark oak wood. This is the one with bark all the way around. And then you can get rid of your temporary blocks. And looking from the side we're going to place an armor stand where they were. Just like that. Then I want you to knock out those 3 blocks up there. We're going to replace them in a moment. And we're going to put 2 pistons above. Then place a temporary block in the middle. On this side we'll do a chain coming out of it. And on this side an end rod. And then you can get rid of that. So once you've got everything set up, as you can see it right here, you can place a redstone block in between our pistons and then break it. Underneath the pistons, place 2 temporary blocks and then power them again. Then you can get rid of the pistons and put your stairs back into place and get rid of those 2 temporary blocks. Now we'll put an upside down spruce stair in between these. Then we'll put 2 spruce trapdoors in front and then a barrel on each side. Then grab this banner we made earlier and place it right there. And that's our sword stand all finished. So now I want you to turn and face in this direction. And from the center of this carpet, we're just going to leave a 1 block gap, but then we're going to place 2 dark oak slabs, then 2 polished blackstone slabs, and another 2 dark oak. On this side, we're going to knock out those 2 blocks, place in sea lanterns, and the same on this side. Then looking from the side, you can cover these with spruce trapdoors. And behind our trapdoors, you can place in 2 oak trapdoors for a little table. And that's our room all done. And that's this entire floor all done. So it's time to go up to the next level. And once you get to the top of your stairs, we're going to place 2 dark oak fence gates there with green carpet on top. And then on each side, we're going to place a dark oak trapdoor. Over here, we're going to put 2 beehives. We'll put an item frame in there with a spyglass and 2 sea pickles. Then you can knock out that block, place a sea lantern, and we'll cover that with a painting. And that's the painting I chose to use. So now you can turn to the left here. We'll come into this room and we're looking at this wall right here. We'll do a chest and then a stripped dark oak wood. That's the one with bark on every side. And we'll place another one there and then skip a block and place another. In between these, we'll do an upside down dark oak stair and then 3 more stairs like so. In the corner, we'll place a lightning rod with a white candle on top, and then you can light that up. And then skipping a block, we're going to place an iron pressure plate. Now above that, we'll place a temporary block, and then we're just going to place a painting. That's the one I'm going to use. And next to our pressure plate, we'll place a flower pot with a little white flower. And then over in this corner, we'll do another flower pot with a dead bush and 2 flowering azalea leaves. Now turn to the left, and in between these 2 windows, we're going to do a beehive, then 2 bookshelves, and on each end, we're going to put a spruce trapdoor. In the middle, we'll do an end rod, and on top of that, an ochre frog light. And just to the left, in the corner, we'll do a scaffolding with brown carpet. Then up here, a dark oak trapdoor with a flower pot and a red tulip. Grab your flower pot again, and in this corner, we'll place it there with a dead bush and 2 flowering azalea leaves. Now put your back to that tree and look over at your scaffolding, hold shift, and we're going to place 4 spruce trapdoors and flick them all up. Then put your back to the scaffolding, look at those trapdoors, and do the exact same thing. And then connecting them at the top, you'll have to hold shift here. Place 4 barrels all the way along, and on the barrels on each end, you can place another spruce trapdoor. And in between these trapdoors, you can place 2 spruce slabs. Then down the bottom here, place a spruce plank with 2 bookshelves on top. Then we'll do an upside down spruce stair on each side with a lectern in the middle and a book and quill. We'll do a lantern there and 2 sea pickles there. And then just hold shift, and we're going to find a painting. And that's the painting I'm going to use. So now we can turn to the left. Up in this corner, we'll do a spruce fence with a lantern. Now come below the lantern, look in this direction. We'll place 2 spruce trapdoors like so. In front of those, we'll do a brown bed, and then holding shift, we're going to put a spruce sign on each side. So now look over to your lectern. We're going to place a dark oak slab in front. You can get up on top of it. Place a dark oak door, then hold shift, and we'll do a red banner against it. And then each side of the slab, we're going to do a dark oak sign. So this chair we just made, we're going to make the exact same chair right here in front of the pressure plate. And that is our study 100% done. So we're going to walk through this doorway and also the next doorway and turn to the left. We'll put a spruce fence there with a lantern, then a flower pot, a dead bush, and 2 flowering azalea leaves. Now turn to the left, and we're going to put another flower pot there, dead bush, this time 2 jungle leaves, and over here, just against this last bit of snow, we'll do another flower pot, dead bush, and jungle leaves. Now put your back to the plant and place a dark oak trapdoor. Same thing here, back to the plant and a dark oak trapdoor. Hold shift and place upside down dark oak stairs against them, and then 2 more upside down stairs right there. On the end here, we'll do another flower pot with a crimson fungus, and now we're going to put a big painting behind it. So if you aim at this block right here, you should get a great big painting. That's not the one I want. It still looks good, but that's the one I'm going to use. So now I want you to turn to the right, and underneath this window, we'll do oak planks with a beehive each side. We'll do a flower pot here with a birch sapling, an end rod on this side with an ochre frog light on top, and a crafting table. And just to the right of that, we're going to do a dark oak fence gate with dark oak trapdoors each side and red carpet on top. And then come to the middle of this wall, and in between the 2 windows, we're going to do 3 dark oak fence gates. And once again, our dark oak trapdoors on the ends with our red carpet. Now, just against these 2 pillars, we are going to place podzol, and then you can just surround them with jungle trapdoors. We'll do an azalea bush, then moss and moss carpet on top. So do the same for this one. And once you've done that, we'll move to the right. And here we're going to do probably my favorite piece of Japanese furniture. We're going to do 4 oak planks. We'll put an end rod there with an ochre frog light on top, and then 2 blackstone buttons. And now we're just going to place paintings on front, and that's the one we're looking for, the white painting. So we're just going to use 2 of those, and it looks like nice little sliding doors we can move over. And yeah, you've got a cabinet in there. And just to the right of this, we're going to do 3 upside down dark oak stairs, and another 3. We'll put a flower pot here with a flowering azalea, then a brewing stand, and you can place an item frame there with cocoa beans and a dead horn coral fan. And then over here underneath the window, we're going to put a dark oak trapdoor on that side and a dark oak trapdoor there. And you can hold shift and place upside down dark oak stairs against them with a dark oak slab in the middle. In the center of this table, we'll do an iron pressure plate and 2 sea pickles. We'll put a dark oak slab, then a dark oak door, and we'll put a dark oak sign on each side. Now you can look up at this corner. We'll do a spruce fence and a lantern. And then I want you to knock out this block right here, place in a sea lantern, and you can do 2 temporary blocks. And we're just going to find a painting that we like. And that's the painting that I'm using. So now I want you to look at this pillar right here, and we're going to count blocks on the floor. So 1, 2, 3. On the 4th block, we're going to place a barrel right there. And you'll just need 2 temporary blocks beside it so you can place 1, 2, 3 candles. And then you can break those and light your candles. Now hold shift, we're going to place 1 spruce trapdoor against it. Turn to the side, holding shift again, we'll place 2. And we'll keep doing that. We'll place 2. Then we'll place 2, and then looking from this direction, we'll place our final one. Now on each side of this table, we're going to place a spruce stair, and then each of these stairs are going to have 2 spruce signs on each side. Okay, so this area is all done. We're going to come through this doorway and do a bedroom. So turn to the right, and holding shift, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 birch trapdoors there. Whoops. And flick them all down like so. And we'll do the same here. So place the first one there, then 3 underneath it, and flick them all down. Then grab 2 armor stands looking from the side. We'll place them right there. I'll put a leather tunic on that one and leather pants on that one. Then we'll do a scaffolding here with a lantern. And then at this height, we'll do 2 dark oak trapdoors with a flower pot and a lily of the valley. Okay, now you can turn to the left, and in the middle of this wall, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz blocks with green carpet on top and a beehive on each side. Then we'll knock out those 2 blocks, place in sea lanterns. We'll do a green bed on top with an extra one each side, and then 3 smooth quartz slabs. Then you can place in 2 temporary blocks, and we'll find a painting. And that's the one that I'm using. So now each side of the bed, we're going to place a podzol, and you can put jungle trapdoors around it with an azalea, moss block, and moss carpet. We'll do the same here. So 2 jungle trapdoors, azalea, moss block, and moss carpet. Then right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 upside down dark oak stairs, then 3 red candles in the corner, and light them up. Now you can look over to our door. We'll put a scaffolding right there with an end rod on top and an ochre frog light with a chest right beside it. And that's our bedroom all done, and that's this entire floor all done. So come up your stairs. As soon as you get to the top, turn to the left. We'll do 2 spruce fences and hang some lanterns. Turn to your left again, and just up here, we're going to do the same thing. So a fence there and a lantern. So now get back to the top of your stairs. Look at this wall. We're going to put a upside down dark oak stair each side with 3 dark oak slabs in between, and just come to the left and repeat that here. So 2 upside down stairs with a dark oak slab in the middle. And now we're going to decorate these. So we'll do 2 sea pickles there. Over here we'll do a flower pot, dead bush, and flowering azalea leaves. Then over here you can do a large amethyst bud. Then we'll do another flower pot with a cactus and 1, 2, 3 orange candles. Now right here I want you to place 2 temporary blocks, and we're going to find a painting. And that's the painting I'm using. And while you've got paintings in your hand, you can also place one just above our stairs. So that's the painting I used right there. And if you turn around, look at our enchanting table, there's a sea lantern there. You can place this painting against it. And then if you turn to the right, all the way down here, you can place a painting right there. Okay, once you've got all of those in place, you can come over to this area. We're going to do an anvil, crafting table, smithing table, then a double chest. Here we're going to do the stripped dark oak wood. That's the one with bark all the way around, with an end rod and an ochre frog light. And next to this bookcase, we're going to do the exact same thing. So another one of those. Then we'll do an ender chest and a double chest. Now grab some red carpet, and from this bookcase, we're going to skip a block, place 2. And from this bookcase, we're going to skip a block and place 2. And then just fill up the gap between them. And then just above our enchanting table, we're going to put a spruce slab and then a grindstone. So this is a very functional area. It's got all the things you should need for your enchanting. So now you can turn to the right. Over here, we're going to place 2 lightning rods. They will have orange candles on top, and you can light those up. Then we're going to go through this doorway, and straight away on the left, we're going to do 2 beehives with a lantern. And you can see we've got a sea lantern there. Just place a temporary block, and we're going to cover it up with a painting. That's the one I'm going to use. And just below our painting, we'll do 3 smooth quartz blocks, 3 cyan beds, and 3 smooth quartz slabs. We'll put a flower pot each side with a flowering azalea. Then you can turn to the left. Right here, we'll do 2 dark oak trapdoors. We'll do another flower pot with a mangrove propagule. And this room's all done, and this floor is all done. So you can come up the stairs to the next level. And when you get to the top of the stairs, in this corner here, place a flower pot with a dead bush and 2 jungle leaves. And in the opposite corner of this room, we're going to do the exact same thing. So flower pot, dead bush, 2 jungle leaves. We'll do a crafting table there, a chest right there. Here we'll do an armor stand with a leather tunic that you've dyed grey. Then turn to the right, and underneath this window, we'll do oak planks with a beehive each side. And then looking from the side, we're going to do an armor stand there and another one right here. Now these armor stands are going to be holding swords. So at this height right here, just above them, I want you to place a temporary block, place a lightning rod against it and break that. Same thing above this armor stand. And then just in front of them, we're going to place 2 chains. And then looking in this direction, we're going to place 2 pistons. So we're going to push the chains into the armor stand. So if you place a redstone block against the top piston, that'll push them in, and then you can break all of that. And then you can finish with a lantern right there. And finally, you can turn to the right. In this corner, we'll do a scaffolding with a flower pot and a blue orchid. We'll do a double chest on that side and a fletching table right there. And that is it, guys. That is all the furniture for the castle completely done. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and well done for completing the entire castle. That's a really good job. 4 tutorials long. Not too bad, I think. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cortezerino, and I'll see you later.